Yo, what's good YouTube? I'm back with another reaction video, and we got He Destroyed Larry Bird, or What Happened. Shout out to Dana for giving me this video. Shout out to her. And yeah, we about to get straight into this video. I'm not sure what this video is about, but it said he destroyed Larry Bird, but I'm pretty sure it's probably, and he probably didn't destroy Larry Bird, but I don't know. I don't know what it's like, so let's just get straight into the video, y'all. Let's get straight into it. Excuse my air condition, but I'm going to mute my mic, but let's get it.
Hey, how's it going, folks? I'm Sean David. Thanks for tuning in. Let's talk some old school basketball. If you follow my show on a regular basis, then you know that I'm a huge Larry Bird fan. I would actually go so far and say that Larry Bird is my second most favorite player of all time. And since I feature him so often while he's kicking some other players' butt, I thought, okay, maybe it would be a good time to also show that Larry Bird also had his rivals and guys that he had his problems with. So in this video, I will feature one player that kind of kicked Larry Bird's butt. But before we start with this video, if you like this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also check out my Patreon account, and I would say without any more blah blah, let's get right to today's episode.
I know you remember Andrew Toney.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's one of the best players I ever played against, and you never hear about him.
Agreed.
I mean, that kid was unbelievable against us.
It's Murphy beating Andrew Toney. Over Bird, gets the bucket. Andrew runs across the timeline. Andrew down the boulevard, he scores. This is Andrew from outside, the jumper good. And he has always played well here.
Now, as you have heard, I want to talk about Andrew Toney in this video, one of the most underrated players of the 1980s and kind of got forgotten over the years. So if you haven't heard about him, don't worry, he only played 8 seasons in the NBA, but that's exactly why we're going to start off this video by taking a quick look at his career before we get to the matchups with Larry Bird. When we think of the greatest NBA rivalries of the 1980s, next to the Celtics-Lakers or Bulls-Pistons rivalry, we have to talk about the Boston Celtics and Philadelphia 76ers. The 76ers back in the days were a loaded team with some of the best players ever. Guys like a Dr. J, a Charles Barkley, Moses Malone, Bobby Jones, Maurice Cheeks, Daryl Dawkins, and many others made the 76ers relevant in the early 1980s. But the true killer of that team was Andrew Toney. Drafted in 1980 with the 8th pick, the 76ers were looking for that missing piece to win an NBA championship. A player that could score and help the team to get over the hump. When Toney arrived in the NBA, he had a solid rookie career, averaging 12.9 points per game, as well as 3.6 assists and 1.9 rebounds coming off the bench. He only played 23 minutes a game, but once he got on the floor, it did not take long for him to heat up. In his second season, he was still coming off the bench, but dropping 16.5 points per game. The crazy part was, once the game was on the line, even though the 76ers had many superstars on their team, they were looking for Toney. Considered by many to be one of the best scorers in NBA history, and even at that time, people knew once he got the ball, there was not much you could do. This was very obvious once Philadelphia played against the Boston Celtics, but more on that later. In the 1982-83 season, Toney was an all-star, averaging 20 points per game and helping the 76ers to win an NBA championship.
He was not just a great scorer, a guy that wanted to beat you up and score.
He is a machine today.
I feared Andrew Toney even more than Michael Jordan.
Do you feel anybody can stop you? You're one of the few guards in the league who seems totally unafraid of taking it not only at forward, but center.
I just try to utilize my offensive ability to the utmost.
I'll never forget Bill Fitch putting me in the game. He says, you got to be real physical with Andrew. Bump him and body him, and don't let him catch the ball and make him work hard for everything he earns. So I said, all right. It took me about another year playing against Andrew to finally realize that I'm just going to talk to him and be nice to him and let him go wherever he wants on the court.
From the first time Toney stepped into the Boston Garden, he was out there just for the kill. Even though he was a rookie, he played totally out of his mind. Best proof was the 1981 Eastern Conference Finals. The Celtics and the 76ers went for 7 games, and Toney, as a rookie, was putting almost exactly the same numbers as Julius the Dr. Irving. He increased his season average by 7 points, even though he did not play more minutes. What the Celtics did not know then was that this was just the beginning. In the 1982 playoffs, again the Celtics were facing the Philadelphia 76ers. But this time, Toney would reach a new level. Boston had won 63 games that season and was the heavy favorite to win it all. Larry Bird was incredible as usual, won the All-Star Game MVP, and was now the NBA's brightest star alongside Magic Johnson. In the first game of the Eastern Conference Finals, the Celtics defeated the 76ers 121-81. Boston played a very aggressive defense and the offense was running very well, and the Celtics had 5 players who scored double digits that night. Toney, on the other hand, had an underwhelming night, just scoring 15 points in comparison to 24 of Larry Bird. Everything was going as everybody had expected. But then Andrew Toney awoke and was putting up the playoff series of his life, taking the challenge on attacking Larry Bird and simply being unstoppable.
The rim grabs it, but it wasn't over the rim. Good rebound by Robert. Bird pulls up. He's been hot so far, so is Caldwell Jones. He has been totally vicious off the defensive glass. Irving beating Andrew Toney. Over Bird, gets the bucket. Good aggressive play by Andrew Toney, who now is in 3 of 4. He had 39 points in one game, 30 in another against the Celtics.
Here they come. 3-on-2. Toney against Bird. What a move! A move, and that basket will count, and he's fouled.
Unfortunately, these last few hours before this game, because he's been this way before, been to this spot before. Toney now with 10, the high score in the ballgame. Jones on the bench with 8. Dawkins is guarding Parrott. Toney is on the end. They make a habit of this kind of ball. Toney. Sixers have been in this position before. And Andrew Toney hits a jump shot, has 18 points in this tough roll with Tiny out of there. Andrew Toney hits from the baseline, so it looks as if Toney's not shy with the shot right now. Team 20 points. So he's reeling it back. 1 for 11. He's got a big 1 for 11. Enters the game 0 for 4 in the second thing. West Philadelphia. He has scored on Boston tough inside, and the Philadelphia foul number 4. Toney. That's the matchup right here.
And they get into each other. Save the last dance for me.
Philadelphia lead. Thanks to the shooting of Andrew Toney, who has 26 points. Now 28. The coaches. This could be the 7 minutes and 40 seconds to go, and it could be the last season for one of these players. And we will have offense against Boston. Offensive foul against the Celtics. And it's against Larry Bird. 3 on Larry. 12. Each on Bird. Toney going up anyway against the shot. And you know what? Some people say that when he's on the mark, he's unstoppable. He has 30 points in the game and a 15-point Philadelphia lead. 12 for 20 from the field for Andrew Toney. McHale inside. Inside by Bobby Jones, who saves it to Caldwell. And Cheeks and Philadelphia gaining confidence by the second here. Andrew Toney inside with a nice shot. And Philadelphia is coming on, and now timeout. The greatest sound is silence if you're a visiting club, and they shouldn't celebrate too early, this club, because 5:08 to go. They're playing the world champions, the defending champs, but I'll tell you right now, it's 102-85, and it doesn't look bad for Philadelphia.
Well, what can I say? The Philadelphia 76ers did not celebrate too early. Andrew Toney led his team to the NBA Finals, putting up incredible numbers in Game 2, where he had 30 points, in Game 4, 39, and in the most important game, the deciding Game 7, he had 34 points. Now officially being the Boston Strangler and maybe the most feared name in Boston. Andrew Toney was about...
Damn, I know. I think my mic was muted, but I think some people did tell me about him before. I think I did hear about him. Some people in the comments before in the Larry Bird videos, they did tell me about Andrew Toney. I think I did hear about his name before. But this is a good video, though. This is definitely a good video. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it was just this one time at that one moment. I'm pretty sure he wasn't balling out on him all the time. I'm pretty sure.
To become an NBA superstar, but unfortunately, as I mentioned earlier in this video, his career was not a long-lasting one because of very unfortunate injuries and a very salty relationship with the Philadelphia 76ers.
He started having problems with his feet, and they ended up being stress fractures. The thing about stress fractures is that once you start to get them, they can always recur. As he began to have more and more problems with his feet, his game started going down.
Physically, he couldn't do what he was accustomed to doing.
Andrew would play like 2 weeks, sit out 2 weeks, come back and play, have to sit out a month.
Toney became the subject of controversy when the Sixers management doubted the severity of his injury and claimed he had become a negative influence on the team.
That kind of hurt him a little bit, you know, for people not to believe that he was hurt as he was.
After a while, it began to be such a drain on him physically and mentally.
By 1988, it had all become too much for Toney. He retired at the age of 30. A brilliant career was over prematurely.
Now it's always kind of hard to say that one player got destroyed by the other. They were always bad days, and obviously, if you put up some good numbers yourself, it's kind of hard to say that you got destroyed. But in this kind of case, it was a little bit different because Andrew Toney, as Larry Bird mentioned earlier, was unstoppable and Larry Bird had no chance in that series. But obviously, I also want to end this video with, a scene where Larry Bird had his payback. And it was the 1985 playoff series again with the Philadelphia 76ers versus the Boston Celtics in Game 5, where Larry Bird had the sweet revenge.
On the shot clock. They're looking for Bird on the right side. Malone to Irving. Larry Bird with the big steal as the Sixers were trying to call timeout. It is over. The Boston Celtics have won as Larry Bird comes up with the big play at the end.
Alright you guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode again. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I hope to see you next time. Peace, I'm out.
Timeline, Andrew down the boulevard, he scores. This is Andrew from outside, the jumper good. And he has always played well here.
Score points, make passes, rebound tough. You really never hear his name anymore, and he's one of the best players I ever played against.
I agree. We could not stop him.
Yeah, in one game I remember all the starters except Robert guarding him, and some guys off the bench and trying to throw everybody at him. Let me have a shot. It didn't work. Let me have a shot.
He says, I don't care who's guarding.
He was an incredible player.
Damn, that's what's up, though, man. That's what's up. Yeah, that was a cool video. Yeah, some people definitely was telling me about him, Andrew Toney. That name definitely rung some bells, as I think some people was leaving his name in the comments, saying about Andrew Toney. He was pretty okay, but like I said, I know it was just that one series. Like, it wasn't. I'm pretty sure every time he played them, he wasn't just killing them. Like, I'm guessing, you know. But I mean, like, it's funny. It's funny that I'm doing this video because I was just sitting here thinking, like, not thinking, but it was just like I was just thinking, like, everybody has their good days, their bad days. I know you're not gonna win all the time. Like, you know, you're not gonna win all the time. So, like, at the end of the day, like, it's like, you know, you're not gonna win everything all the time. You're gonna win, you're gonna lose, you know. So, but yeah, this is a good video. Shout out to Dana for this video. Definitely appreciate this video. Yeah, but like I said, I'm pretty sure, like I said, he wasn't just, but he's hitting 30 points, 35 points, so I'm thinking that he was hitting some pretty good, some good club points right there. But too bad, just like Larry Bird, injuries got to him, it's just crazy. And then he was 30 too, like that's just crazy. Like that's only 30 years old. Like wow, man. That's crazy, but yeah, anyway, man, I'm on to the next video. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that like button. Turn on that bell, man. I'm uploading every single day. And, yeah, we're going to wrap this up here, man. You got some videos you want me to do? Send them to my email at thatphillyboy9@gmail.com, or you can leave them down in the comments down below. Or you can hit me up on my Instagram and my DMs. This is how I got it from Dana. On my Instagram DMs. My Instagram is thatphillyboy9. So definitely just check it out. And, yeah, you can send me some videos there. But I'm out for now. I love y'all. Peace.